All right, it is still Monday, and it's the Nice Gate 15 conference here in Rochester, New York. With me is Nick, and I'm going to have you pronounce your last name.
Dibartolomeo.
Okay, thank you. And you are from,
Delaware Academy Central School District in Delhi, New York.
and you are the network support specialist. So you have a pretty big role. Seems like you wear a lot of hats.
Yep.
In your day-to-day job.
I mean, we do everything from helping out the teachers with their stuff, getting, sort of day-to-day, if any computer stuff comes up, to, we run our own cable for our network. We manage our own servers internally. We have one-to-one programs with Chromebooks and iPads. Students have any problems, they come to us. We manage them, and then basically provide the tech solutions for everybody.
So that sounds like a pretty busy day. Did you present here at Nice Gate?
I did not present here. This is actually the first time I've been to Nice Gate. I was hired only in September, so still kind of new, but it's definitely a lot of interesting stuff.
So you're really here in a lot of ways just to try and get new ideas and kind of maybe connect with other educators or other support specialists like yourself?
Get my face out there, meet people. My network director, or our district director for technologies here as well, he knows a lot of people, and I've just been somewhat tagging along with him, but kind of going out on my own as well, meeting people, getting connections.
You told me earlier about 3D printing.
Yes.
You've been working with 3D printing.
Yes.
Tell me about that, and tell me about how we can bring that to our students. So how you're bringing it to the students.
What I'm doing with the students, I mean, a lot of people have heard about 3D printing. It's a relatively new thing as far as a consumer level goes. What we're trying to do is basically build engineering into every lesson in some way. So a great example is one of our fourth grade teachers does a Native American unit, and they study the Iroquois, Algonquin nations. And one of the things we were doing is they like to do clan amulets. So it'll have like a picture on it of they've got a few different ones. The one we built had a wolf on it, but like a beaver, turtle, things like that. So what we're doing is we're pre-making these amulets with the creature on it, and then we're having the students in a program called Tinkercad, free program online. The students can put their name on it, and it's a drag and drop interface, so they can drop in the individual letters, but we're not really telling them where to put their names. They can put it anywhere on the amulet they want. And then it introduces that engineering concept of, okay, you built the part in this way, it didn't quite work out the way you wanted it to. So then you go through that sort of prototyping process until they get to a finished product that they're happy with and could go into production.
It sounds like there's a lot of collaboration and problem solving. And,
absolutely.
All the great things we want in education going on.
Yeah, I mean, another nice thing is we actually have an occupational and career training class, and what I'm going to be doing once we get back is doing a 2-day presentation. The first day being, here's the 3D printer, here's what it does. But then the next day going over tools, showing them what's available in the school, how to use it, how they can get started with 3D printing. And I mean, we're hoping to open up a makerspace for the students with the 3D printers being the lead. So we definitely have a lot of cool stuff on the horizon for them.
You mentioned that you're kind of a gamer yourself. That's kind of how we met yesterday.
Yes.
Tell me about, you're thinking about doing an after-school club?
Yeah. My thought was, all through, from I was age 5 all the way to now, I've been playing games, and I've done well in school. When I was younger, I didn't really put 2 and 2 together, but when I got older and in college, I actually had some game development opportunities. I really dug down. I'm like, well, maybe because I was learning something from those games. So my idea was to do like an after-school club or seminar or something with the students and, tackle different things. Social studies, history, a lot of students express game design, going through that. What sort of processes are there, how we could open it up in school zone, not completely, but how the, like computer programming goes into that, art design, 3D modeling, I already said sound design. I mean, there's a billion opportunities there, and I really want to, start it sort of a low-level thing. I've got a lot of stuff, make it low cost initially for the district. That way, I can build it up, see if it's something the students would really latch onto. And I think they would, because it's stuff they deal with every day. I mean, they go home and play video games. Why not have them learning at home?
I was just talking with David Jakes, and he was talking about new designing spaces for education, and what you were saying kind of made me think about that. He mentioned instead of calling the school a classroom, call it a studio, and that's kind of like what I heard from you. It seemed like it's a more of a studio model of learning with a game.
Yeah, I mean,
game design.
A lot of students, even when I was younger, said, "Oh, I want to get into video game design," but then nobody really talks about how you do that. And I mean, I was fortunate. I had the opportunity to talk to a few like professional game designers, and you have to build a portfolio, much like you would if you're going into like an arts college. You don't just say, "Oh, I want to be an artist," apply to an art college, and they take you in. And then at the same time, would a college be the best choice? What about trade schools? They provide a pretty good opportunity as well. So it gives the students perspective into, what does it look like beyond, K through 12? What does it look like college level? What does it look like at the professional level? So it helps give that perspective to the students that they may not get from a standard classroom. And it also provides a space where they can, pretty risk-free, maybe start building that portfolio, get them into those programs they're really, really interested in.
Well, that sounds like some pretty powerful potential. So I'll be keeping in touch with what you're doing there. It's time for the Speed Geek questions. You get 3 of them.
Alrighty.
So we just hit the green button and see what comes up.
Favorite
operating system?
I've got a few.
Chrome, Windows, OS?
Windows 7 is the one I use the most. I like it a lot. Another one that I got to play around with a lot is in college I used what's the Manjaro distribution of Linux.
Okay.
And that's very low level, basically to the point of you're writing your own drivers. So that was really cool, but those would probably be the 2 I picked.
Okay.
So here we go.
There we go. Perfect. Just for you. World of Warcraft or Angry Birds?
World of Warcraft.
Agreed.
Yeah. And then the last one here. Let's see what we got.
Oh, I think we're going to get the same one. Let's hit it again. Oh, we'll go with that one, I think. First storage device.
So in terms of like digital storage, or
yeah, like floppy disk, flash drive.
Floppy disks.
Okay.
I remember on our Windows 95 machine popping in
the 3x5, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, you're still pretty young for the true floppies.
Yeah. So.
All right, Nick. Great. Thank you so much for stopping by, and good luck. I can't wait to hear how things are going.
Thank you.